Hello, everybody! We are back with another part to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. Where we last left off, we just got investigation. The only thing we could really find was a photo. We are now in episode 3, Turnabout Samurai, and we're now about ready to start this trial. Are you ready for this? I think I'm ready too, so let's get down to it, guys. And you're gonna hear lots of voice acting with this one. It's gonna be kind of interesting. Order is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call the most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe the case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did run-through of their action scenes through the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. Here it is, and here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All of the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? Skip it, we're good. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
Huh? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need to be so embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please! Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
Winnie Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma.
Objection! I object to this witness's talkativeness! Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
in your testimony? She sure is one hell of an old bag.
On the day of the murder, I arrived to the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since this morning. I, had some errands to run that morning. Anyways, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2 p.m., right? 2:30 p.m. Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed towards the studio.
You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Station 1 p.m. Coral Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through there since this morning. Let's press that. So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, sonny.
Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him.
Objection!
Let me get this straight, Oldbag, Miss Oldbag. You've been saying this yesterday, that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you were talking about this man in the photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai defender of Neo Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, this is the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, if you do not approve that the person in this photo is Mr. Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all information of your possession ahead of time.
How was I supposed to know everyone would be so nosy? You should all be ashamed. All of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let me hear about your proof, then. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props and it was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. Can you see he's dragging his leg? See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals.
I never say anything I don't mean,
Hold it!
Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think that he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh.
So Power sprained his ankle.
So Power sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better.
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony.
Let me double check here. He sprained his ankle pretty bad. Let's see, clear as day.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. So he was walking strangely because he was injured. It does look like he was dragging it.
It doesn't look like he was dragging his foot.
See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper.
His powers happy.
Hold it!
It was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay.
Hold it!
He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
Samurai spear. The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Alright, let's see here. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there's only one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is this Steel Samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right.
Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider the possibility also.
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Okay, here we go.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw in the studios before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, can you may cross-examine the witness. Alright.
Alright, here we go.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking. Right.
Hold it!
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1? Well, everyone was in the employee area before then. I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention,
If they had, I would have seen them.
Hold it!
Are you sure?
Objection!
The witness has answered the question.
Anyone going to the studio had to pass by the witness.
that's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy?
Oldbag, sir. Sure as balls, or, well, you know what I mean.
Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Guide maps to global studios. Wait, let's try this out.
Objection!
Nope, that's not right. Okay. That's not right. Okay, so we know that there's something that we're missing here. Let's check the guide map. Dressing room, cave, studio 2. Okay, let's think here. Okay, let's press that. How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about being a secret pal, he told me everything.
I see, Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts.
Hold it!
Okay, no this one. Alright, no one else went there. Okay, so I have to find out which one was it. Before then was Will Powers. Alright. Well. Well, let's think here. The only person I saw go to the studios before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. Wait a minute, show the photo. Because photo number 2.
Objection!
Got it. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work in the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note on the back, the photo was printed the words, October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know what that means. It was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask the witness. The evidence shows that not one but two people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data from the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means two people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these new computer things. Edgyboy, help!
But believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Somehow you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag.
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny, I only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination.
Well, I did say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Every day after I finish
Finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see.
Hold it!
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, didn't I?
I think she's missing the point.
Hold it!
Well, who in the heck was in the photo? In that photo, you erased.
Fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They always hang in about. One was there that day.
Objection!
But wait a second. Did you say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there was a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in.
They're coming through the drain.
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased.
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?
Order! Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on the way to the studios that day. One was a Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes. We'll see his type there. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade.
I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I think the boy was there. That makes him a the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Whew. Alright, let's see. Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. You were really in your dressing room? You were really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I did go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest.
So,
Who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
it doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we need to play for more time. We'll start targeting, though, someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right, but we need to pick the wrong person. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
Alright, here we go.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed this crime. For all, I call a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defendant disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person that could have committed this crime.
Order! Interesting. Let's hear what you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who's obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
Well, it's either the assistant girl, the security lady, or the grade school boy. It was the assistant. The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. He stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai.
They're saying the Steel Samurai in the picture is really the assistant.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Objection!
If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh. Uh-oh. Bad feeling time. Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury?
Powers and poor Hammer were at the run-through. Oh, and me?
What about the assistant?
Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about the Powers' ankle.
Oh, shit. I got penalized a little bit there. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She couldn't have limped.
What? I gotta take the legs out from under that case.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
May we move on, Mr. Wright?
This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Mr. Honor, one more chance, please.
Very well, go ahead. So was the person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Whoa! The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. This means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
What? Whippersnapper?
Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble to wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Is this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump at an objection that's some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? So you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgyboy, don't you just sit there and do something?
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way? The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Winbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said, second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to Elder's Day, whippersnapper?
I approve.
Proof?
Indeed.
Indeed. Then let's see the proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the murder.
Take that! The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter the studio. Enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key?
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
Yes.
The windbag? Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. That is... What? Miss Wendy... What was her name?
Something Oldbag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Woo! We did it!
Wait a second. I'm not just going to sit here while you run off barking at the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, no, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about!
By whom?
Do you mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told you? Told her not to talk?
Well, testify!
My lips are sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people in the studios on that day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios all day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag! This is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Alright, here we go.
Hold it!
So you were told not to talk.
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. Hold it!
Who are these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised that no one asked about it.
So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head had fallen.
The path where the monkey's head had fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but... let's continue just in case. It had nothing to do with it.
Hold it!
Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. One more. Been at the studios all day.
Hold it!
So they were actually in the studio?
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
This woman, I swear it. Sorry for Edgeworth almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Alright, I think we done pressing. Your Honor, we have learned that there were others at the Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people that have just been told off.
I understand, Your Honor.
Since today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Woo! We did it.
Well, now we know that there's more people.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Really? It's nothing. So, or should I?
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get the material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Oh, Windbag, I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's head down to the studios.
Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
And guess what? That's the end of this part. We're going to be investigating a little further, and then we're going to have another trial in the part after that. Now, that being said, hope you guys have a great day.